Hello, it's John, the vintage fisherman. I'm at home in my home tackle shop here, which I'm going through. I'm getting ready to sell a few things. But everybody knows me knows I like two types of fishing: ultralight creek fishing and fishing on the coast. Either be it surf fishing or pier fishing. And my favorite is king fishing from a pier, or drum fishing from the beach, or pompano in the summertime, drum in the fall, spring. But you can't mention vintage and ultralight and not bring up what I think is one of two of the finest ultralight vintage reels made. And here we have the Dam 110N. Actually, it's just a 110. This thing is built like a tank. It's a little heavy, it's a little bit of a heavy reel, but what a beautiful reel. And I do fish with this one. You can see it does have line on it. I think I've got a 4-pound test on that. I creek fish for smallmouth and rock bass with that. And that's a great reel, but it gets better. Dam made one a little bit smaller. The spool and the rotor are the same size as the 110, but this is the Microlite. You don't see many of these. These are hard to find. And I do fish with this one also. It's a little bit lighter. That's why that's why they call it the Microlite. The gearbox is noticeably smaller on this reel. Let's do a side by side if we can. We'll try to zoom out a little bit here. I'll not zoom out. I'll lean back. But there is the two side by side. You can see the gearbox is much larger on the 110 than it is on the Micro. But I fish with both of these. A couple of neat features. They do have a removable spool. So, and that one's got 4-pound test on it. You see, I got it marked on the back of it. And like I said, I fish with these reels. I carry extra spools. So when I'm out there and I snap my line or get a big, wind knot or twist in it, and I just change the spool out. Both of them it's the same spool, I believe, on both these reels. Yes, it's the same spool. So I carry a few extras of those. But I thought maybe I'd share it. One of my favorite. I love Dam reels. I'm also a fan of the Shakespeare Royal Maroons. The 2052 is a great vintage ultralight reel. And the cream de la cream, my favorite, don't have one near me to grab right now, the 716, whether it be the Z or the Greenie. You can't beat them. Those are my favorites. I like them slightly better than the Dams because they're much simpler to work on than the Dams. Even though these are fairly simple. The pin is really simple. Parts are hard to find for either any of those three reels. Well, the Shakespeare might be easier to find parts for than the Dam and the pin. They're getting to be hen's teeth. I got a couple of these and a couple of the 110s, but the pin 716s, I probably have 20 or 30 of those. I buy every one of them I see. I don't care if I ask $100 for the dang thing. I buy it. I'm never going to fish with all of them. At some point, I'll sell them, but you can't get parts. And I buy them for even if it's not a complete reel, I'll give $20 for a parts reel just to get the parts out of it. So, always keep that in mind. If you're going to fish with these old reels, buy a couple of them up for parts. If you see parts for sale, common parts that you break on a reel, like the handle. If, let's say I fall in a creek, I slip on a rock and I go down, what's it going to do? It's probably going to bend this handle or bend this bail wire. So, pick up a couple extras and put the parts in a box. If you want to really fish with this reel the rest of your life, you better have some parts available for it. They're bulletproof, but they're not slip on a rock proof. I've smashed so many reels trying to catch myself falling because I'm usually got the rod in my right hand and I'm right-handed, and I'm usually don't know what it is. I'm always kind of walking downstream, and it seems like it's the bank. I'm always on the right hand side of the bank, so I usually fall towards the bank. That's where I end up smashing most of my reels. But they're meant to be used. Okay, this reel is nowhere near pretty enough just to sit on the shelf. It does sit on the shelf between uses, and I got my favorite rods to put these old vintage reels on that they balance really well on, and they're modern rods. I use modern rods. I love the TFOs. I'm a huge fan of TFO rods. I like the St. Croix panfish and trout rods are really good. And there's a few others out there. The Celio from Akuma is a really good rod for the money. And there's a couple more. I got a whole rack full of ultralight rods over here and a whole stack of them in the closet. I buy them up and try them, and I keep the ones I like. I keep reels on them, and I just swap the reels off. And that way I've got a pretty good feel for with the rod I'm fishing with. The only thing it changes is the reel, retrieve ratio, etc. I fish with 4-pound and 2-pound line, sometimes 3-pound line. I like the trout magnet line. Seems to be really good stuff for 3-pound. I really like that. I fish with a lot of that. I don't fish with braid. You couldn't pay me money to fish with braid. I can't tie the knots good because I can't see the stuff. It's so small. I can't see the stuff. There's only a couple instances where I will fish with braid, and that's if I'm fishing bottom contact lures like like a Carolina rig or something like that. I really like being able to pull that slack up quick on a bite, and it's very sensitive. You can feel the bite. But that's in my bass stuff. We're going into bait casting size there. For ultralights, I'm a mono only guy. I'm usually fishing shallow water. If it's 8 foot deep, it's deep for me. That's, most of the time I'm in 2 foot of water fishing. And the ponds I fish are not deep water ponds. And so I stick with mono. I can, I'll adjust the rod length to different types of fishing, but I always stick with mono for my freshwater ultralight stuff. When I go to bass, I might use some braid here and there on a bait caster. Anyway, this is John, Vintage Fisherman. Just thought I would show off some really cool old dams. Damn these dams. They're great reels. If you get a chance to find one, pick it up. Watch my videos. I think I've done a video on both these reels, probably these exact reels. And they are really good reels, and they're very easy to service. Although there's a couple pins you got to drive out on a dam. You don't have to do on a pin. No pins on pin, but there is on the dam right there in that handle. You can see it. There's a pin that goes through there. Now you got to drive that out. And, so it's a little bit aggravating, but you'll get it after you do a couple of them. There's a pin on that handle. It has to be driven out to take it apart. So anyway, this is John, Vintage Fisherman. Thanks for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to my channel. I'm getting excited, man. I'm looking out, you can see the glare of the sun through the window of my fishing tackle / ham radio shack here. I'm a ham radio operator. I need more hobbies, right? Being a fisherman and a reloader and a gun range guy, love going to range shooting, and a Jeep guy, and now I got ham radios. Yeah. Anyway, a man's got to keep himself occupied or he'll get in trouble. But anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel. I'm getting excited about getting out and getting some fishing done real soon. Getting all the batteries charged in the GoPros right now. Talk to you later.